Imagine in all the minute, terrifying details your typical morning 10 years from now after a decade of inaction. You wake up and realize time is gone and nothing in your life has changed. Grandiose ideas and ambitions remained only in your head, never waiting for implementation. Without daily specific actions, your dream moves further away with every second. Passive waiting is an irreplaceable loss of time. If you leave everything as it is, your future will become mathematically predictable. It will be gray, boring, and devoid of meaning. Such is the harsh, calculated statistics and reality for the overwhelming majority of people around you. The standard society-approved scenario involves 5 years of agonizingly staying in one position with a measly probability of receiving a couple of nominal salary increases under extremely lucky circumstances. Often, after these microscopic raises, your real standard of living does not grow at all, and sometimes it even falls rapidly. The more people earn, the more they usually spend, falling into an endless, self-perpetuating cycle of meaningless consumption. Worst of all is that such a destructive lifestyle has recently become the absolute social norm, and the environment methodically tells you that you are lazy and completely incapable of achieving massive success. My name is Jeffrey, and I analyze financial psychology in detail, developing working strategies for multifold capital scaling in modern economic realities. Your results over the last 2, 3, or 4 years are exclusively historical data and do not mean at all that it will be the same in this reporting period. You are absolutely not lazy. You are simply deeply stuck in a rigidly designed system where you are forced to spin like a hamster in a wheel while being aggressively convinced that slow decades-long progress is the only path available to you. What you feel is not laziness at all, but a profound disappointment from moving along a path that was never intended for your financial prosperity. Escaping this trap requires the immediate implementation of a rigid, structured 5-stage method to launch aggressive forward movement. The first fundamental stage is called stagnation. You are likely on it right now, feeling as if you have been ruthlessly thrown into the deepest part of the ocean without any preparation, life-saving equipment, or navigational cues. The social conveyor belt works perfectly. You finish school, get your first job, and you are completely left to your own devices. The survival instinct forces you to choose illusory security, staying at one low-paying job and frantically avoiding any financial risks. Lingering at this level is guaranteed to threaten you with falling into lifelong debt slavery, where the income you generate barely covers the basic operating expenses for maintaining vital functions. The macroeconomic situation requires an extremely sober, cold analysis. Right now, the national debt stands at an astronomical $36 trillion and continues to grow rapidly with every fraction of a second. Our modern society is fundamentally designed and built on credit obligations and debt. Now, people are left with fewer and fewer houses, cars, and high-quality luxury items as there is a growing global corporate trend forcing you to rent rather than own assets. The elite have made their long-term strategic plans crystal clear through the so-called Great Reset. The global goal of this massive process is to take financial power away from the people, completely stripping them of private property and taking all cash flows under their total control. Imagine a surreal situation where the government completely owns your home and officially allows someone else to live there during your temporary absence. This is the future they want for the masses, and the implementation of such a scenario will make escaping the economic trap almost impossible. We have all been professionally sold a destructive lie that money supposedly does not bring happiness. This narrative was artificially invented by the rich exclusively to control the poor, keeping us in constant dependence on state pensions that are barely enough for physiological survival. In reality, money is the absolute equivalent of freedom, and freedom is the foundation of your happiness. The wealthy classes will continue to get richer during any crisis, so you need to join them urgently. Early awareness of these macroeconomic processes will allow you to take a calculated investment risk to save yourself before it's too late. You're obligated to categorically refuse to be part of the 58% of Americans consistently living paycheck to paycheck, a number that will grow steadily in the coming years. Your first critically important action must be to establish full dictatorial control over your personal finances. You need to track every dollar spent with maniacal precision and be extremely honest with yourself about what is a vital necessity and what falls into the category of unnecessary, imposed luxury. The collected analytical data must be used to fully automate your savings so that you consistently set money aside every month, completely regardless of your salary size. Even your Xbox has enough intelligence to automatically save your game progress, so it is vital for you to save your earned money in the same way. Achieving a certain financial cushion moves you to the next, much more difficult stage, which is called ignition. More than half of the people on the planet never even reach this stage due to a lack of basic discipline. At this stage, you begin to see the difference between your new mindset and the worldview of your old friends very clearly. You do absolutely everything possible to break out of stagnation, but the social resistance of the environment is colossal. Your friends will not always like your new aggressive working attitude, as it will force them either to change painfully or to stay far behind you. Both of these things are extremely uncomfortable for the weak human psyche. Your circle will actively try to pull you back down to their low level, as it is much easier than working on themselves. When you enthusiastically tell a friend about one of your achievements, they immediately try to shift the conversation back to themselves and their petty problems. The second major systemic problem on your path becomes inflation. The decision to simply keep all saved money in the bank is guaranteed to slow your growth in the long run and create many new stages of stagnation on your financial journey. Due to continuous inflationary processes, the real value of the money in your account decreases year after year. Suppose you have $5,000 in an account and you receive no interest on them at all. With a stable inflation rate of 2.5% per year, in 20 years, your $5,000 will still look like $5,000 on the screen, but you will be able to buy as many goods with them as $3,051 can buy today. The real physical purchasing power of your money is rapidly decreasing because all assets around you are becoming more expensive. It is critically important for you to save capital in a way that allows it to multiply aggressively and non-stop. If you were to invest those same $5,000 into something fundamental like the S&P 500 index at a historical 7% annual return, adjusted for inflation, then the approximate value of your money in 20 years would grow to an amount exceeding $20,000. The returns on any investments can rise and fall, and past historical results never guarantee identical future profits. Compound interest has a fundamental, mathematically proven advantage over inflation, which methodically eats away at your purchasing power. Investing even £5 or euros a day over the next couple of months through modern brokerage apps will help you take the most important first steps and finally break out of the destructive stagnation stage. You are obligated to invest only the amounts you can afford to lose in the short term without leaving your life completely without operational liquidity. Next follows the stage of powerful acceleration. Here you begin to gain serious industrial momentum. The tools that brought you to this starting point will be completely insufficient to move to the next stage of scaling without years of exhausting waiting. The time has come to maximize acceleration and push the gas pedal to the floor. You need to fully and fanatically dedicate yourself to using current market opportunities, as they have an extremely limited shelf life. To sharply and explosively increase your wealth, you need to focus rigidly on three key elements: generating cash flow, forming connections, and cultivating absolute confidence. You need a constant, continuous, and aggressively growing influx of money into your account so that you can use it to further multiply your capital. This cash serves as high-octane fuel for your financial engine. The best way to create a powerful cash flow is to start a profitable side hustle that gives immediate tangible income. This does not necessarily have to be a billion-dollar innovative idea from Silicon Valley. It could be a systemic B2B service with near zero initial costs, such as social media management, professional commercial video editing, or setting up targeted Facebook ads. Your main business goal is to attract money from the market as quickly as possible. In periods of economic uncertainty, creating a business service focused on solving the problems of other companies is the most ideal strategy. Corporate clients and entrepreneurs are always ready to pay generously for all the tools that are guaranteed to increase their net profit. Positioning yourself as a reliable systemic specialist who can provide a measurable result in the form of ROI makes you an absolutely indispensable contractor in any market. Surrounding yourself with the right large-scale people has a huge determining influence on your life trajectory. Successful people maniacally build communications with those who have achieved similar or significantly greater success in their industry. The expression, surround yourself with 5 losers and you will mathematically become the 6th, works flawlessly in any circumstances. Communicating with ambitious, like-minded people immediately opens your eyes to completely new opportunities, powerfully motivates you, and gives direct access to extremely valuable insider information. You need to constantly and methodically establish working contacts on professional platforms like Instagram or LinkedIn and reach out directly to the market leaders who inspire you. Confidence is the main psychological factor that distinguishes those who accelerate their progress from those who continue to stagnate and stand still. It is rock-solid confidence that allows you to take calculated risks and make bold, aggressive business moves that everyone else is simply afraid to make. Without a proper level of internal confidence, you will constantly hesitate at the most decisive moments of your life and miss unique deals. You are obligated to force yourself to step out of your comfort zone and take a risk, making a cold commercial offer to a major client or investing significant funds in a skill that will distinguish you manifold from your competitors. The next stage of your financial evolution is called expansion. When you have gained enough acceleration and formed solid capital, it is time to focus on the massive expansion of your influence. This is where your personal wealth begins to grow exponentially as you methodically invest huge sums into instruments that provide passive income and steadily grow in price over time. The foundation of this stage is a crystal clear academic understanding of the difference between assets and liabilities. Many people, without thinking, destroy their limited resources by buying liabilities, such as expensive premium cars or huge houses that do not generate any income. These status items look very impressive to the neighbors, depleting your real wealth day after day. You need to concentrate all your focus on the aggressive purchase of assets that bring in real money, commercial and residential rental real estate, stock portfolios with high dividends, or unique skills that allow you to extract super profits. All your painful mistakes at previous stages have carefully prepared your psyche for this phase of life and for operating with significant volumes of capital. By this point, you will have been disciplined in following this plan for 8 to 10 years. You will definitely and inevitably find yourself in the right position to make such major deals. At the expansion stage, there are 2 main investment approaches. Diversification provides reliable distribution of your investments across different asset classes for maximum protection of wealth and reducing the risk of losing all capital. High-level bets involve the extreme concentration of your resources on several key investments that you understand perfectly and in which you are absolutely confident. This focused, sniper-like approach is riskier, leading to significantly faster and higher returns with correct, error-free execution. Many global visionaries, including Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, built their empires on exactly such high-confidence, all-in bets. The choice of a specific strategy depends exclusively on your personal risk tolerance and accumulated market experience. Diversification will be a much more sensible path at the start of your journey. As you accumulate expertise, high stakes will help you increase your wealth even further in the shortest possible time. The main metric of success at this stage is the speed of acquiring assets that work seamlessly for you in autonomous mode. Every dollar you invest must perform the function of an ideal soldier, multiplying your wealth and rapidly bringing you closer to complete financial invulnerability. The final stage of your transformation is called mastery. Here you have reached absolute financial freedom and can live exclusively by your own rules. At this highest level of development, money is no longer a problem in principle. Your established assets generate enough liquidity to more than cover absolutely all operating expenses, fund any conceivable lifestyle, and provide the opportunity to fully focus on solving global tasks. Mastery includes something much greater than just enjoying the fruits of your labor at elite resorts. It is associated with forming a historical legacy and providing massive systemic assistance to other talented people in achieving their success. The wealthiest people in the world, from Warren Buffett to Oprah Winfrey, deeply understand the strategic importance of philanthropy and creating powerful institutions that will remain functional for centuries after they are gone. At this stage, your main focus should finally shift from aggressive wealth accumulation to wise management and long-term preservation for future generations. This means constant calculated reinvestment of your profits, which supports and actively develops your investment portfolio, as well as mentorship and the transfer of the unique experience gained on this long journey. Mastery represents the achievement of true, crystal clear freedom to dispose of your main resource, time, the freedom to follow your passions, and the freedom to create a great legacy that will bring colossal benefits to civilization. You are obligated to take your financial future under your tight, uncompromising control. This path will require maximum dedication from you and will be incredibly difficult. Passing through all these stages will allow you to hack the system, discover the very life you have always dreamed of, and forever secure yourself at the very top. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are truly determined to get rich and change the rules of the game. See you at the top.